right.
Oh my.
Hello.
Am
Over
I
here.
supposed to start it
All
up?
7.
All right. It's
Let's say hi.
nice to see everyone here. We've got a few more people than we expected watching, so we're just kind of processing that right now. Um, you should have heard us just a minute ago. We were all going ooh 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 and just making monkey noises to kind of hype ourselves up, and then I pressed transition and everyone went quiet. So this got kind of awkward kind of quickly. But I'm Simon. I'm one of the developers of TOS, along with Albin and Eddie. And with us, we have our co-hosts Björn and Staffan, who are our friends over at ForgeBite Games. Is that your name, ForgeBite Games?
Fortnite Studio.
ForgeBite
Yeah.
Studio. Sorry. And they're here to help us out with explaining tasks, asking us questions, keeping track of chat, and just making sure that we have a good time together. So, Björn, you're going to be watching the chat, right? Over on Steam, Twitch, and in Discord as well.
Yeah, so if you have got any questions, just ask them in any of the sites that you're currently watching the stream.
All
and
right.
I will ask the TOS developers.
All right.
Ask
and
us anything.
Exactly. And I introduced myself a little bit, but I guess Björn and Staffan, maybe you could just quickly introduce yourselves.
Right. So we're a recently started. I mean, technically, we haven't even got the papers. I was talking to the bank today about it. We're in a queue to get our papers for it. So, but we're a recently started game studio, which is also developing a VR game. So we've known TOS, or we've known Agera and Simon and Albin and Eddie for a while now. So we're here together with them to basically just help monitor and co-host this session, as Simon just explained. So I'm a programmer at our studio, and Björn takes care of a lot of graphical and level design for our studio.
Maybe Björn
Yeah.
would like to say a few words as well, just to get people, people want to just get to know your voice, so everyone can recognize all the voices right away.
Yeah, so as Stefan said, I'm doing the graphics and level design for ForgeBite, and I gotta say, I quite recently got into game development, and it's amazing working in this industry. And it's been really fun watching Agera Games developing the game and see them growing and becoming better developer for every day that they sit and develop the game.
Thank you. I guess we should go over to Albin.
Yeah, my name is Albin. What can I say? I'm a mostly a level designer and 3D modeling. Yeah, love the colors of this thing. Taking a good time, making sure it's just the just amount for what needs to be there to play the levels.
And you also take care of all the video production that we're doing and the marketing stuff, right? Just making pretty videos, recording gameplay and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
get my hands to play as a monkey by now.
All right.
Is the gameplay we're seeing, is that Albin playing?
Yeah.
It is. All right. And as I told you, I'm Simon. I am the programmer of Agera Games. So, I I usually just I'm the code monkey. There we go. I'm just the code monkey. And I also do a lot of community management and just talk to you guys. Like if you've got a response from the Agera Games account on Steam or something, that's probably me just checking out what everyone's writing and checking out everyone's feedback and just making sure that we catch all the bugs so we can squash them. All right, over to Eddie.
Yeah, so my name is Eddie. I work as a visualizer at the Agera Games. I joined the company quite recently, just a couple of months ago, after being a student as an indie game developer. So currently I'm mainly doing graphic design as well as doing level design. So I've been helping Albin out a lot, but usually my main focus is on the graphical aspect of the game. So everything except hard programming is basically what I'm doing. So everything that you see on screen visually, I most likely have a hand in it.
A hand.
A paw.
All right. Do we have any questions so far? Is there anyone like screaming in chat about audio not working, anything like that? Or
Doesn't seem that we haven't gotten any questions yet, and no problems with audio. So that's it's really great.
all right,
Oh,
it's
thank
either
God.
that
did
or
get
someone's
some-
just view botting us. I don't know. All right.
We did get some questions before we switched over to, and that's someone who asked us how many levels are in the demo.
Oh,
Yeah, I think there's 25. I'm not exactly sure about it because there was some tinkering in the last minute, but I think it's approximately 25 levels, about a medium of 5 levels per chapter.
all right. Before we get any more into it, I guess we should just like show our gameplay trailer. It's just a 30-second gameplay trailer, which we've produced. And if any of you watching right now haven't seen it before, we might as well just show it to you, and then we can just pitch the game and tell you a little bit about what the game is. So here we go.
There it
And
is.
we're back. All right. So what did we just watch, Alvin? Could you tell us
Flashy
a bit?
colors and action, right?
Yeah. All right. So this is Toss. This is a VR climbing game where you play as an acrobatic ape with like the strength to swing and toss yourself across uh, these various playgrounds that we've set up. And we've just been focusing on making the most fun movement that we could possibly create in VR. That's like the premise of the game.
Exactly. Like it's the most enjoyable recording sessions I've ever done because you really got to set your mind to being a monkey when you do these kind of things. Both in terms of having fun with the levels, because it's so much fun sort of role playing into them. But it also shows what the game is about. It really is about uh, getting yourself into the mindset of using your body to traverse. Like there's no power ups, there's no level progression for the player. It's just your like intrinsic skill progression, what you can do, what you can develop as yourself. So the better you become at climbing as a monkey, personally, the better you become as a player. As you can see here, this really needs actual training to accomplish. It's like training for American Ninja Warrior. You need to do it a couple of times before you really nail it.
Yeah.
But that's also the satisfying part about playing this game. It's that you can sort of finish the levels, but there's also a reason to go back and to nail them, so to say, and to play them accordingly, because that's what's making it satisfying.
And I think that Björn, you had some questions for us that you had gotten off of Reddit and stuff, right? Maybe we could start off with
Yes.
that.
Yeah, so when I looked at all your posts that you're posting during the week, during the demo, most people have been asking about motion sickness and nausea. Do you guys feel any nausea when you play it? And what have you done to like combat that issue?
You
Well,
want to take that, Simon?
sure. As far as we know, it's not really a nauseating game at all, and what we've been hearing from people who actually do play the game, it's very comfortable as opposed to a lot of other VR games, and we believe that that's because of our movement system, where pretty much all the time you're going to be moving, you're going to be in control of your movements. You're going to have a one-to-one translation of your movement when you're climbing something, and there's not really any other forces in the game that will affect you except for you climbing or you tossing. Except
Or
for
what we could
like if you
yeah.
were I was just gonna say like if you were to just smack into a wall, that's actually gonna stop you and that might feel a little bit uncomfortable, but you're
It's
not
also
supposed to.
expected. It's
Yeah,
expected. Like if
exactly.
you wouldn't, that would be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't
That's
smack
true.
into it.
That's actually really true. Like if you just went straight through the wall instead, that would probably feel more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So it's all about like managing expectations and making sure that the game doesn't surprise you with any surprise janky movements in any sort of way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I think
yeah,
all of us have played some VR game that makes us nauseous. And I think you really hit the spot where you manage to basically like nullify it as much as possible. And I think it is exactly as you say, like you feel like your control in the movement. So you don't feel like the game is throwing you anywhere and it feels therefore kind of natural. Or
yeah.
I would even go as far as say as it feels natural.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like you have weight in your throw as well. It isn't like some magic power when you're flying through there, and it's really satisfying you swing yourself and tossing yourself.
Yeah.
I mean,
The gravity is definitely you can feel it. Which is also a part, like that's one of the things you need to accept initially. But again, like how does the physics work? How long can I toss myself? How like the first reaction into grabbing on something and actually raising your entire self with one arm, with one finger sometimes, like you accept that like just a brief second, and then it's set for you to sort of explore what else there is to it. But just to get that first impression of how the physics works in this world makes everything else expected. You can absolutely sort of preempt how long you can throw yourself, for example, or toss yourself.
I was gonna
By
ask
just
Eddie, like maybe sorry for interrupting Alvin, but
no, it's
I was
problem.
gonna ask you, Eddie, maybe you wanna like take us a little bit about take us through a little bit about how you've been managing like the level design flow because you and Albin, Eddie and Albin, you've been doing this together to make sure that the player has a good learning curve, right? So maybe you want to tell us a little bit about that.
I think the focus or a main focus of the game have been that like everyone that picks the game up should pick up on the gameplay quickly. So you know exactly what to do when you first start and how to get to the endpoint of each level. So it's very well designed in that the obstacle or the goal is very obvious, and it's also the path to the goal is also very clear. But for the learning curve, we start off with very like short stakes, so there isn't too much of a challenge other than understanding the full basic mechanic of the game. And eventually we step that game up. So it will get harder and harder. And usually, if you haven't grasped all of the mechanics in the game, you might get stuck at some point, but you will still be able to traverse because the game is mainly based on tossing. It's more or less on, it's more focused on tossing than climbing. So we encourage the player to toss himself and just glide through there freely. Because that's where the power fantasy from the game is coming from. So we're trying to step the game up for each level. So I think just understanding the basic principle of grabbing can get you like quite far. I think it's 2 stages or 2 chapters that you can just climb by, and then eventually you need to toss yourself full on. But I think most people just get into it very quickly, and they usually don't need any explanation or anything. They just grab the controller and work themselves forward. But there is a challenge. There is a speedrun aspect to it. It can be a challenging game depending on what level you're on. But the thought is that every person can play the game and eventually become, as we call them, a black belt tosser.
Thank
Yeah,
you. That was a perfect explanation, I think. And
definitely.
like that's what you guys have been focusing on, and in the meantime I've just been trying to nail this as perfect as possible. Just feeling of being able to climb without it being too janky or jittery, and just trying to make it butter smooth. That's the word I've been using recently, just making it butter smooth and frame perfect. And I know it's not at frame perfect level right now, but I'm also sure that it's going to be, because we were running a lot of tests and doing some experimental development just actually on Friday after the demo was released. So like during the demo, trying to figure out basically all of the stutter that we experienced in the game, and it didn't get all of the way just on Friday. We're gonna need some more time after the demo, but I feel confident in that in the full game we're definitely going for like butter smooth, frame perfect tossing and uh, catching on to stuff. So I'm looking forward to having that in the game.
Definitely come such a long way in a few weeks in regards to the hands.
Maybe you guys would like to talk a little bit about like the visuals of the game and why we have these visuals, right?
Yeah, I just want to
There's a
ask
reason.
how do you decide on? I mean, many people have been talking about the hands that you are a monkey, and you kind of building a really good, like everybody's saying monkey in the chat and so on. How did you decide on being a monkey and throwing yourself around?
It's
Oh,
natural, isn't it?
it makes sense.
Most of the game is based on like children's pedagogical development. Basically, it's like a monkey climbs. You get it.
Right, that was like the premise of being a monkey, right? Like
Yeah,
we had this game where you could grab onto anything and start climbing, and we wanted a way to show that you're able to climb on anything.
yeah.
So somehow, at some point, we came up with the idea of being a monkey because monkeys can climb anything except for blue stuff, obviously.
Exactly.
But
Either be
yeah,
Spider-Man or a monkey. Couldn't get the rights to Spider-Man.
so we started out with just the mechanics and making sure that it felt right, and then we retconned our way into adding a monkey and adding the bananas into the game.
Exactly. The rest is the same. Is the same like the same thinking. In regards to the blue stuff, it's gonna resemble glass. It's a slippery surface.
Yeah. I
Um,
hear someone saying ice on a stream they did.
yeah, sure.
And
It puts your mind to the same stuff, right?
yeah, exactly. It just works.
Yeah,
And the orange part is just what's the contrasting color to what else that's in the game. Besides looking pretty good, it's also popping.
Yeah.
And I know
I see that.
Mirror's Edge is using red, so let's go for orange.
yeah. And we've tried to keep the color scheme as simple as possible, right?
Yeah,
That's your doing, Albin.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of few but very strong colors. Not a lot of much shading, but that's also a reason to it. We want to keep this minimalistic approach to it, but still keep a lot of details to it because you get very close as you are in VR. So there's like all the normals or the grits, like you can feel the surfaces and stuff when you come close to it. That's very important to get the sensation of that this is climbable, this is not climbable, this is bark, this is leaves, like yeah, to get
Yeah.
that tactile look
Yeah.
up front.
And I think I got that. I learned that from watching a GDC talk with the people who made Job Simulator. If I remember correctly, they were telling everyone that you can't have anything that's perfectly smooth in VR, or
Yeah.
that's gonna feel very off, because there's nothing in real life that's actually like super smooth. There
Yeah.
there isn't. Like everything has some texture to it, and if you don't add that, it's just gonna feel off. But
And
we
this is also
yeah.
this is
We
also
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say this is a reason for the minimalistic approach as well, because we can get some really high resolutions on the texture up close, if we keep them at a minimum. If we didn't, if we would have had like clutter with loads of props in the scenes, wouldn't be able to have such detailed surfaces into it.
And
So we take care on what we choose and try to crank them up as much as possible.
yeah, and there's a reason we're trying to be so minimalistic. And yeah, I think you touched on the subject, Albin, that we retconned this minimalistic look into the game because as we were developing like the first prototype, or rather after we had developed the first prototype of the game, we saw the news of the Oculus Quest being announced, and we realized, well, this will be the future of VR. Like standalone headsets, that's gonna be the breakthrough. And ever since then, we've been making sure that everything we do development-wise is supposed to be optimized for the Oculus Quest. So this really is a game made for the Oculus Quest with first in mind, and we're looking forward to releasing the game on the Quest in the future. But this demo is Steam only for now, because we're a part of the Steam Winter Game Festival, and you can still play it on the Quest as long as you have the Oculus Link. And I know that some users in our Discord community have been using Virtual Desktop to stream it wirelessly as well. But I literally, like, I'm using my Oculus Quest to develop the game on my laptop, and I'm using the charging cable from the Oculus Quest to hook it all up. So I think it works perfectly, and I haven't even had to buy a new cable actually. I've been saving the money. No, mostly because I've been working from home and haven't really been going to stores lately for some reason. I don't know. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Someone in the chat said Eddie is looking tired.
Eddie's always tired.
Yeah, I just came back from the dentist like an hour ago, so I was not that prepared for this this stream. That's basically why.
Yeah,
How's he,
we were giving him a chance to explain his dentist visit here.
Yeah.
We've also been making jokes about you getting like the Post Malone tattoos of always tired under your eyes, under your eyes, because you're.
Yeah, it might actually happen eventually. We'll see
Yeah.
what happens.
How much coffee do you drink a day, Eddie? Sorry for putting you on the spot.
Like amount of cups, I'm thinking between 6. I'm not going to say exactly how much I've been drinking during one day, but it's
There's
been
no upper limit, huh?
Yeah, there's like two numbers. There's two numbers.
Oh, double
2
digits?
digits.
Wow.
Yeah, double digit.
Wow.
Double digit, yeah.
All right.
Disadvantage.
That's a real Swede. Just drinking coffee.
Oh.
I've been thinking maybe we have discussed it a bit for now, the game, and maybe we should show one of these videos that we've been talking about.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We do have a video from an event we did during this weekend, which we call the Bananas or Loose event, where our community had to get together and gather bananas together. Yeah, that was a weird sentence. But
You read that?
basically, everyone in our community just joined together, and we released one banana in the game at a time, and they had to find it together. And when they found one banana, that's when we unlocked the next one, and so on until they had found all the bananas and got their reward. And this is a little clip from our favorite streamer, Upbrand Law, a member of our community who's been doing a wonderful job just streaming tasks and being part of like the world record speedrunning challenges. Let's roll the clip.
Okay, so I mean between oh my god, I found the next banana.
You did? I was just gonna ask Alvin, like, did I really put it in?
No way.
No, they haven't
Okay,
done that.
okay.
We
Here's a funny
have to
little
grab it,
Easter
right?
egg
You
guys
have to
should
grab
put
it.
in.
You have to
Yeah,
grab
you have
it.
to grab it.
You guys should put in go back to I want to be monk meme as an Easter egg.
I feel
That'd
like
be fun.
I get partial credit for this banana. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that right now.
Wait, where actually is it?
Oh no. I see it.
Yes! Let's go!
Alright, so that was Off-Brand Law finding the designated banana. Albin, could you tell us why you placed the banana at that place? At that very
at
specific
that very place.
position.
Yeah. So we try to hide bananas basically everywhere. There's not too many places we can hide a banana throughout the levels. They're a bit too exposed, but we need to get creative at the end. So what else than sort of putting it behind you at the starting point, far out from the actual playground. So they really needed you the height of that level to actually reach it.
And
Also got them playing around a bit with what's expected of the levels.
yeah,
I thought that was fun.
and Law, he had actually managed to jump all the way across from, I think, the last level in the demo all the way to one of those blue towers the day before. So I thought that was the reason you did that. Maybe it wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. It was also part of a patch we just recently updated with. We missed making the shrubs on the outer pillars climbable, so we added that and put a banana over there. So
yeah, we didn't actually believe that
guided them.
someone would toss their way all the way out to those blue pillars. That's so far. Like, how could he actually do that? I haven't even tried it. I thought it was impossible. We need a
Yeah,
better
basically
QA
me
team.
Exactly.
I also want to say we have Off-Brand Law in the Twitch chat.
Hey,
Oh,
shout out to
Giving
shout
Off-Brand
us
out,
some
Law.
hearts
shout out.
here.
All right. You should go
So
follow
how
them
many-
on twitch.tv/offbrandlaw for more TOS content. All right.
So how many bananas did you hide?
10.
Yeah.
10. Nice.
Yeah.
So basically, that was like the event was supposed to just bring the community, the community together, and have them explore these levels that they had previously just been playing around on and speedrunning on, basically, because it's obviously a very arcadey game when you get into it, and the more you play it, the faster you're gonna want to play it. And just adding something that you have to look for in the levels, that's pretty much turning it all around and going from having to toss yourself as far as possible and as quickly as possible, and turning it the other way around, just being super specific and just watching every single angle and trying to find every single banana.
Yeah.
Maybe you could tell us about some other bananas that you found, that you hid, Albin.
We have a question also.
All right.
About bananas?
Not about
banana-related?
bananas, but maybe it could be related to bananas.
All right, let's go for the question.
How much knuckle controller / finger tracking support is there?
Right. So
Oh.
right now, the grip button on the knuckles is actually a little bit off. I think it's not registering at all if you're trying to grip on. But the problem we're having right now is that the Unity framework that we're using, it doesn't support finger tracking for whatever reason. So we haven't gotten to that point yet, and we're gonna have to keep our eyes open for what kind of support the Unity framework is gonna allow us to implement, basically, to see what kind of support we're gonna be having. But I know that the grip button is feeling a bit off right now. People are telling us they have to squeeze really hard to be able to grab on. And to those people, I just want to tell you that you can press the trigger button, but I know that's not really the experience you want. But we're looking to fix it to make it even better for the full game. All right, thank you. Alvin, did you want to tell us about some other bananas that you hid?
Yes.
Yeah, I can tell you about bananas.
You can talk about bananas all day.
Yeah, that's it. But there's something else to the discussion which you had in regards to sort of spreading out bananas again throughout the levels, because like it made people revisit levels, and I know people already do this, and that's one of the charms with the levels of TOS, that it's made so that there's like a reason to go back, because you see your own development as a player. Like there's different potential paths you can take to accomplish them, and there's like different levels of skills required to take these different paths. There's the total beginner, that's neutral level, that's just learn to climb, and then there's the medium player that's learned to climb and toss around a bit, and then there's the one who sort of can jump 7 meters, toss 7 meters, and sort of make it in a really good time. So adding bananas to it also gave it another sort of dimension to go around and have fun within them. I know that we had another banana shown at spots that people don't really have a reason to visit. So
But
that was fun
let's
seeing
not
them.
spoil them, right? Because
No, never.
after the event, we
I
made
still
sure.
have them there.
Yeah, we re-added all of the bananas. So if you were to go play the task demo right now, you could go on your own banana hunt. All of the bananas are visible right away, including the one we showed in the clip. But yeah, you know, that's another challenge you can do right now.
Exactly. 10 in all. Find them all.
Yeah, and post about it on our Discord for
That would be awesome.
karma or something.
Exactly.
So
Uh,
I actually
we have a reoccurring question here.
Alright.
How many levels are in the demo?
It's I'm gonna say I think it's 25.
All right.
It's like 24, right? 24. I think it's 24.
Right.
Maybe our speedrunners can tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah, please do.
Someone should be able to. Upfront Law, are you there?
24, 25.
Actually, like
I know you always have levels in
Run-
the works behind the scenes when you're posting something. So I get that it's hard to keep track of how many levels that are actually.
Oh yeah, like this isn't the full game, obviously. This is just the
No.
ones we've chosen to represent the game for now, and we've been calling it a demo, but we've also been calling it like a preview demo because it's not the finished product, and it's more of a beta actually. Like we're calling it internally, we're calling it our beta test, but it's also a public demo, and it's actually like the first time ever that we're showing off tasks in a public setting like this. We did have like a closed alpha event this summer, which had I think 270 something playtesters who all were invited to come play the alpha with us. And we actually did this exact event with them as well, but with the bananas hidden in different places, and it was a little bit easier that time. And we just thought it was so fun, we had to bring it back. And something that I've been thinking about something that I haven't told you guys about, like Albin and Eddie, and it's just this idea that I've been spinning, and I might as well tell you right now.
Are we hearing some feature creeping right here?
Yeah, like live on air. Okay, listen.
Wait.
You're really cementing this right now. Okay.
No. All right.
We have another question.
No, I want to hear this. No, I want to hear this. I want to hear it say it live.
All right. So this is my suggestion. No promises. Random chimp event. Basically, every 24 hours or so, we could add like a random banana that's gonna show up. You're gonna get like a 10-minute notification in game if you're playing already, telling you that there's gonna be a random chimp event in 10 minutes, and there's gonna be a countdown, right? And when that 10 minutes is up, somewhere in the game there's gonna be this banana hidden, or flying around, or hidden in the clouds, or whatever, and whoever grabs it within, I don't know, like if someone finds it, then everyone else has like 1 minute to find it as well, and everyone who finds it gets an achievement, the random chimp event.
Wow, that's really cool. Like the first one?
That was
or
cool.
Everyone? The first one who finds it.
Like, I think because to make development easier, let's just make it so everyone within a minute of finding it can get the achievement.
All right.
So that's kind
really
of an
cool.
exclusive achievement.
No, yeah.
Yeah, that's something I've been thinking about.
No text, just a lot of monkey screaming, announcing the event.
Yeah, especially when there's just
That
1
would be
minute
lovely.
left. There's like,
Yeah.
monkey going crazy, and people who don't know about this event at all are just gonna be like, "What? What's going on?"
Exactly.
No text explaining it whatsoever.
It would be like a banana meteor coming down from the sky. It would look like. Oh, where is
Wow,
it?
that's
I
good.
need to.
Yeah. Now we're really feature creeping. Let's.
Yeah, the feature creeping is real right there. So we go into the question maybe.
Yeah, but
Do that.
like all of this is like because we know and we have decided that this game, TAS, this instance of TOS, let's call it that, is not going to be multiplayer. It's going to be a single player experience because we want to really focus on the core experience and just having as much fun as possible with as few pieces as possible, and just like this core experience and just this playground setting. It should be fun without adding like super fancy a super fancy jungle or what, I don't know what kind of setting we could add, or like a huge Mirror's Edge city. Like we don't need that.
Yeah.
We can just focus on these critical pieces that actually make up the most fun gameplay of TOS, right?
Yeah.
And along with that, we're just making a single player experience for now. And we might make multiplayer in the future, like a separate game or something. Like that would be a lot of fun. But right now, we just want to focus on the game feel and the gameplay of this game.
It's good for you covering that question.
But if we do add something like the random chimp event, what I'm thinking is this could be a way of adding a shared single player experience as opposed to just being there completely alone in your VR headset. You could have, you know, actually interacting with other players in different ways than actually, you know, seeing them in game and wanting to grab onto their hands and toss them along as well. Like all of, because when you add multiplayer, you're gonna start expecting that sort of stuff, and I really want to be able to meet your expectations for that, but that's not gonna be in this game. So we could add something else that could be more, that could still add that shared experience and make sure that we have something for the community to talk about, because we really want to make sure that we have a nice, lovely community, which we already do. It's you can actually, like, if you want to join our Discord community, it's such a lovely place. Like, we've got probably the best fans in the world. You can go to tosvr.com and there's a link somewhere down there.
You're really selling this random chimp event right now.
Random
Like-
chimp
All right.
event.
Simon, I'm gonna ask you the question here now.
All right. Go for
It was about if the hands are using physics in order to collide with walls or other things.
Yeah. Last week, like a week ago, I decided that, all right, we can't have this because we didn't have physics a week ago, and I decided that we need, like, this doesn't look good enough. We need something that looks better. Like, we need some collision and not being able to go like with half your hand through the wall. So I stayed up all night and I added that feature. So yeah, it's physics.
Cool.
Feels similar to my style of programming. Sometimes I just add a feature overnight and then I tell Björn and he's all like, "What?"
So this is basically the reason that we still have some jitter and stuff like when
It's
there's
all
like it's not
refresh.
frame perfect yet, and that's because I added it literally overnight last week, just before the demo was about to release. So I'm pretty happy with the current results, but it's not done. Obviously, it's gonna get better. All right.
Yeah. We have Off-Brand also responded to our question of how many levels were, and he said
Oh, yeah.
7.
7?
Well, at least
At least 7, he said.
At least 7. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I think he was joking with it. I'm pretty sure he was joking with it.
All right.
you were talking a little bit about having like the event we were talking about previously and how you can get people together and playing the game.
Yeah.
I know you have had a lot of speedrunning in the game.
Yeah.
And isn't there a video of a current record?
Sure, let's go for that. And you've been seeing this video in the middle of the screen for, I don't know, like 40 minutes now. And this is going to be a little bit different. This is what it looks like when you're speedrunning the game. Apparently, I haven't really tried it myself, but this is what the speedrunners look like when they're playing. I literally haven't seen this video, but Albin sent it to me and told me, this is good.
It's good.
Wait,
I'm gonna
is this-
clarify just
Yeah,
one thing
exactly.
though about the video.
Yeah.
So, this is the first successful attempt at clearing all the demo levels in under 2 minutes.
Right, so it's not the actual world record because people have gotten even faster after that, right?
Yeah, there's competing right now, I believe.
All right,
Yeah.
let's take a look.
Because that freaking throw is annoying.
Also with Mike. Oh, don't speak. You got kryptonite. Oh.
I speak all I
Just
want.
buy a
I'm
separate
gonna be.
microphone for your rift, so that doesn't happen. Oh. Alright. God damn it!
Where did you?
1 second! 1 second I would have gotten sub 2.
Where did you die?
On that one level where you go like I don't know. I tell you which level when it comes up on the screen. Hey, whoever just joined, I fucking hate my life. Just 1 second faster and I would have gotten sub 2. God damn it!
Oh my god.
Currently uploading. 1 second faster and I would have gotten. Oh. Come on, Goose. Get sub 2 for me. Oh, good.
How are you guys tossing this far? Oh my god.
A lot of.
Oh!
Did you die already? Oh,
No, he's just making noises.
spinning skip. Let's go.
Let's go!
Time is good.
How much arm strength do you not have? Holy shit.
10 seconds. Come on. 5 seconds.
Go!
You are the.
Let's go! Let's go! Oh, baby!
God, your mind.
Woo!
No!
Right, holy bananas.
What?
Well past my
Wow.
my skills right now.
Yeah.
I was
bonkers.
fast at the game.
What?
Yeah.
Like, we've been calling out ourselves experts, but yeah, we've been
Jesus.
dethroned. Like, I didn't expect that. That was crazy.
Oh, can I throw out a question to the chat right now?
Oh. What?
How many hours has these speedrunners put into the game? That would be lovely to hear.
Yeah.
If someone is listening.
Yeah. What do you think?
This is
Like,
crazy.
what do you expect, Alvin? How many hours? From
8
Upgrade?
hours.
It's got to be more than that, right?
There's like way more than 8 hours.
Way
People
more.
been playing all night.
Off-brand says at 12 hours. Yeah.
12 hours. Yeah, that's.
I expected more. I expected
Okay.
more from the Off-brand Law.
Well, that's off-brand. He's not the record holder.
Oh,
remember?
right.
Just
It's
some
yeah.
goose says
Oh, yeah.
3 hours.
Goose. Wait. Is that...
No.
That's not Goose from the Discord server, right? Because is he
it
the
might
current
be.
world record holder? Goose from the Discord server?
He goes on just some goose on Twitch.
Yeah. And then we have I like them doggies that says almost 13.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Wait, almost 13 for off-brand. Just some goose is confirming that she is Goose.
Oh my. 3 hours in doing this.
No.
That's a lot of bull. I
Uh,
no. Or
he
we
says
gotta,
he's
like,
he's the first sub 2 holder.
wow, yeah, that's amazing. It's an actual chimp.
Wait, so who were we actually watching in the video right now? Was that
That's
Goose?
good.
That was Goose.
That was Goose.
All
All
right.
right.
Wow.
It says
Good job, Goose.
Yoshi holds the record at 154 right now.
All right.
Yeah, I'm back.
All right. So if you want to get into that competition, because I know Off-brand Law, Goose, and DJ Yoshi they've just been competing ever since Wednesday when the demo dropped. And I don't think it's over yet because they're still trying to just trim those seconds and even milliseconds off each other's records. So there's a very active competition going on right now. So, and you're very welcome to join it on the Discord community. and everyone is just recording themselves while doing it because we haven't added the leaderboards to the game yet, which we will, of course. That's another way we're gonna add to the shared single player experience. We're gonna add leaderboards of best times for each level, probably best times for the entire game, like speedrunning the entire game. And we also do this thing where we count every single grab and every single toss that you do while playing through a level. So we're going to be counting those grabs, counting those tosses, and we're going to display that on the leaderboards as well. So you can go for either the fastest or we're calling it golf mode, basically, like the least amount of tosses you can do to get to the end.
All right.
Wait, just a second. There's a specific person in the Discord community which deserves a shout out in regards to this the latest mode Simon presented. That's Damu, who's basically invented this by himself. The clearing the levels in the least amount of tosses. It's spectacular watching him play, and it's super interesting gameplay mode as well.
Yeah, and once
I
again,
wish we did have some clips of that. That would
we
be
actually
amazing.
do have like the best fans in the world because Damu has been helping out so much with bug reports and what he's always been sending videos of exactly how to reproduce them as well. So shout out to Damu, he's great. That was a perfect wave at the center of the screen. Do you see that? Just as I was saying, shout out to Damu. Perfect.
We have just some goose here again saying that they will get sub 150 before the demo's over.
Oh, really?
Really?
Oh,
yeah.
All right. If you want to challenge that, you know where to go. And as the title of the stream says, there's, well, about 23 hours left of the demo right now, and then it's going to be unavailable on the Steam store as well as unavailable in your library. So this demo is only live, it's only available, you can only play it for 23 more hours. So if you want to check it out, just I hope you want to stay with us until the end of the stream, but make sure that you get those hours in tonight and try to beat that record before we're shutting off the demo for now.
We have a new question as well.
Mm-hmm.
How many levels will the full game hold?
That's a hard question right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because maybe you want to take this one, Alvin. Go for it.
I'm thinking, how much is enough and a bit more? is that
I mean,
vague
is
enough?
the game only 2 minutes long? That's the question he's asking.
Well, I think a medium time accomplishing these levels of 40 minutes.
Most people have been saying like, it took me half an hour, it took me an hour to play through the demo for the first time. What we just saw, that was the world record. Wait, it's not even the world record, but it was close to the world record of every single level. So, no, it's more than 2 minutes. But you can beat the game in 2 minutes after playing for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to answer because we really want to make like the best core experience, as I was telling you before. Like we want to make sure that all of the levels are good, or like all of the levels have some reason for being in the game, rather than just adding random levels that don't really belong in between other levels.
Yeah.
So it's all about like what's gonna come next, because we want to make sure that these mechanics that we're using right now, they have to be very fine-tuned and feel perfect, and then we can expand on that as far as possible, and then we might go for adding some new mechanics before we're done. We do have a few mechanics in mind, but we're kind of careful about it when we're adding a new mechanic. It takes us a while to decide upon something mechanically, because we really want to make sure that we twist and turn it all the ways around and make sure that it really fits in the game and enforces or like emphasizes
Yeah,
you to actually play tasks the way it's meant to be played, which is what Goose was doing. Quickly and tossing.
That's the way it's meant to be played.
Well-
Well, I'm never gonna play it the way it's meant to be played then.
Well, you know, sort of like that. It's arcadey, it's speedrunning.
I hit my roof when I was playing your game.
Your ceiling,
Really?
I assume.
Yeah, the ceiling.
Right.
Yeah,
Roof or-
yeah. Sorry. Sorry.
Did you play the demo,
Backwards.
Stefan? I didn't know.
I have not played the demo actually. I've only played earlier alpha and some builds and levels that you were testing me on.
Yeah. You better
But
get
I
to
think
Björn can hit you up.
yeah, I still have time.
Yeah.
I'll manage tomorrow.
it. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
All right. So.
I'm moving on to gameplay.
I think we're just about to move on to having some live developer gameplay from Albin. We've been doing this
Yeah.
for about an hour now, just talking, and
Yeah.
hopefully our gameplay setup is gonna work out. I think it will.
Right.
So,
If you're able to have your faces shown still, because I want a conversation with you. Just turn on my camera.
Yeah, we
Oh.
can
You're
still
gonna-
answer questions.
Yeah, you're gonna see my bum all the way through this gameplay session.
You know,
for your information.
maybe we could actually let me try to do this live. I'm just gonna change the scene around a little bit while you get set up in VR, and
Okay.
Eddie, Björn, and Stefan continue on the conversation. pressure.
We have a question as Albin is setting up. And Simon is switching to the OBS here. But I don't know if if you can answer those right now, but I know this has been a conversation, and I bet this has been a conversation in your Discord as well. It's the question about a public level editor. If that's gonna be available on release or if it's coming later, and what's the stance on a level editor?
Should we just say that we can pretend we never seen the comment before? It's been discussed, especially now during the demo, that people want to be creative and just they have a certain amount of levels currently, which is around 24, and we obviously want to stretch that. And we did have a discussion that adding a level creator or a level editor will give the game more long lastability, especially because the community itself is basically running the game and adding more content instead of we doing that. So it's a good thing. It just takes a lot of work and it will need to have some polish. So there is an idea, there's a concept, but if it will be a thing eventually, we might have it in mind. So
yeah, like I would answer that by pretty much the same way that I've been answering these other questions. We want to make sure that we focus on our core gameplay, la la la, da di da. Like, we want to make sure that everything feels right, and that's the most important thing right now. And obviously, a level maker of some sort would be amazing, because that would add to longevity and everything Eddie has been saying. But it's not the main focus.
Not right now, anyway.
We see the potential.
Yeah,
definitely.
We do.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you've been talking about it. At least Albin gets to edit the levels in Unity, and of course Eddie and Simon as well.
All right. So
you see Björn
give
smiling.
me a job. Let me have my job, please.
Exactly. Don't take Albin's job away from him.
Do we have any more questions for right now?
No, not that I can see right now.
Oh, I just realized that I need to set up the audio as well, but let's get started without the audio. And we're going live to Albin's feed. That should do it.
So, is Albin going to try to beat the world record?
What? Let me warm up, please.
Can you confirm that you're actually live, Albin? Can you do a
by
thumbs up?
doing something?
Yeah, give us a thumbs up. Hey, all right.
All right, cool. So, can you hear me, by the way?
We can hear you.
Yes.
You hear me just fine? All right, I'm in
Yeah.
game. I'm in Matrix right now.
Cool.
What do you want me to do? Should I do this kind of stuff? Show how to complete a level, the first one?
You
can tell you.
should probably just play the game and tell us about what you've been thinking. Like, what were you thinking, Albin? No, but
All
like,
right, let's cool. Let's go back.
Where is all of the level design coming from? Like, give us like your inner thoughts as you're playing through the game, and we're gonna add some commentary to that and add some questions. And the chat. is very
Maybe
welcome to
for
ask
some
questions
other
as well.
people that yet haven't tried the game as
Play
well,
the game.
just explain a bit of how you're
Okay,
playing
so
and like how you're
imagine
interacting.
it's starting up task right now. It's like it goes from black from the splash screen, and then it's and you're standing right here in this void skyscape with just a green button, and that the goal is clear. You're a monkey, and you got a green button, and there's just one way going there. You realize that like the joystick, there's no locomotion, there's no blinking. Okay, sure, there's rotation. There's no blinking though.
Oh.
I forgot about the rotation too. There's no blinking. But imagine, sure, I got my hands here. You can grab onto something. Well enough, we realized after a lot of playtesting that this is a good place to start off with a new player. And it's basically taking the concept of something from the real world, which is a railing. A räcke in Swedish. I'm not sure railing is a good term for it, but I think that is.
It is. That's the perfect term. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is like stuff you grab onto, and you realize immediately this is sort of the, oh my god, I can move myself for the first time right now. And it's pretty self-explanatory going from there. It's also like the convention of a button. You press those, right? Also banana on it.
To be honest, like as far as I know, there's no one in the world who hasn't been able to figure that out, as far as I know.
Exactly. This live commentary is the most obvious ever. No one
We're
is
happy
learning
about that.
anything
Like
new.
we're super happy about the fact that, as far as we know, like everyone has figured that out, and that's the premise of the level design that we're doing. Just self-explanatory level design without like adding a tutorial, without adding a voiceover or like a text
No,
pop
it's
up which you have to click through 10 times to like, oh, you grab to grab, okay, you toss to toss, okay. Like we want to make just
exactly.
live gameplay which you can have fun with from the
Also,
get-go.
how do you explain that? How do you explain that? It's not click a button and you activate an animation or something like that.
No.
And an interaction. You need to do it by yourself.
Yeah, it's
You
VR.
take stuff from the. Yeah, exactly. And we got a tight localization budget. The other level, it's the same thing. This is the first time you learn yourself the task, basically. But it's almost never a proper task. It's basically people not being able to reach the other button, and after some time they realize that there's no way I'm getting over there, and they maybe do like a stuff like that.
Oh, you got
And
it.
you realize,
Good job.
yeah, I got it. Of course I did.
Yeah.
And they finish level. They realize they can get some distance at least.
Yeah.
It's
And
not just going this.
this was actually like a much later level up until I
Yeah.
think like 3 days before the demo dropped when we realized like, why are we holding back on the tossing? Like that's
Yeah.
what the game is all about. We should just drop everyone in the deep end of the pool right away and see if they
Yeah.
make it to the other side, right?
Exactly.
And no one has been complaining about that, so it seems to work well.
Yeah.
I just really want to jump into the demo and see if my long monkey arms can reach through both pipe.
No.
We know your height, Björn.
Yes.
We know how tall you are, and we specifically made it so
God.
you couldn't do it. Björn is one of our tallest friends.
Yeah.
Fits
Like,
the name.
you fit the tallest category of players we can imagine. Of course, there's taller people than you, but let's hope none of our user base is belonging to that group right now. Of course we do.
Yeah.
It's fun to do so as well. So, and this is the same thing. You realize, okay, orange pipes, you can grab onto those.
Yeah, you learned that from the very first level.
Exactly. What is this? Okay. Well, you can't. It's the same thing. Maybe some people actually start tossing here as well, like throwing themselves up. But usually they just grab onto the ball.
Yeah, and whichever way is fine because you need to learn both ways anyways. So
Exactly. You do it right now. We do it later.
I think you
Yeah.
can speed up just a little bit because this is
Let's do that.
this is sort of obvious what you're doing.
Yeah.
But
Let's do that. Okay. But it's the
Let's see
same thing.
some Albin speedrun.
Let's go past this sort of introduction stuff. Let's do this. Okay.
Yeah.
Hup. Oh, you can grab this. That's also a thing. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Glass.
Exactly. You can't
Wow.
grab the blue stuff.
I'm gonna tell you something, and that's I'm not a particularly good speedrunner, but I'm a pretty good monkey cosplayer. Okay? Can I show you? Can I show you what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it's all
We need
set up.
we
it's
need
sort
the
of-
voice. We need the ape voice.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
we
not
do.
a voice actor. I'm a motion actor.
Come on, do it for the 1,000 viewers.
We need the monkey
Go
sounds.
for it.
All right, I think I got something going on here. What is it like?
Bless you.
Shoot!
You're
Am I
sneezing
going
right
for
now.
Sneezing. This isn't Corona safe.
No, we're working from home. It's fine.
Yes, we are.
Whoa!
All right, and there's this like you're like our number one monkey cosplayer in the office. So
Yeah.
you've been telling us about this feature that you can't wait for us to add to the game. Do you want to demonstrate? Do you know which one?
Oh yeah, this one?
Yeah.
Of course we need this one.
Yes.
We need
Yeah.
a proper one.
Yeah.
We
That
need a
should
smacking
be-
stuff.
Yeah, chest sound from
Yeah, chest
smacking.
sound.
That's gonna happen.
Like imagine this.
Yeah.
And then just grab on something. That would be so amazing.
Yeah,
I thought
so-
you were talking about the gyroscope in the game.
Oh, we added that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
actually, like Albin.
Should I turn it off?
You want to show us the
Wait,
difference?
show that again, because I think this is the level we saw. Was it?
I promise you, I'm going to show it because there's a lot of interesting stuff to talk about regarding this level. I'm just going to show you guys something rather funny. Let's go in here. I think it's video. Yeah,
Spectator
spectac.
cam,
Yeah, I'm turning that off right now. Do you see my handicap?
Yes.
Tell us what's going on. Like,
so, I'm having this thing with my eye. I'm like what's it called? Skelögd?
That's not the word in English, but let's go for
Yeah.
it.
One eye basically goes a bit in
Bananas.
another direction.
I
Yeah.
think, like,
Exactly.
a slow
My
eye,
head
or-
is yeah, exactly. So my head is constantly leaning to compensate for that. This has been a big problem in regards to video production. So Simon just added a feature, I think 2 hours before the last, during the last day,
Yeah,
just to be
like
able to record a game
everything else
show.
in the game.
Exactly. So notice the difference here. This.
Yeah. So,
But
actually,
you're not actually seeing a difference.
it
Am I
didn't-
correct?
it didn't
No,
work.
of course not.
Oh wait, we might have found a bug. I think you might have gotten stuck on the gyroscope being forever turned the wrong way. Just hit replay really quickly.
Okay, cool.
All right, there we go. So
Oh,
basically,
awesome.
we just wanted to make it easier on everyone's neck, so you don't just watch. You don't have to watch every gameplay video that Albin is recording from like 30 degrees off. So this has been a game changer for us at the Jared Games office. Just being able to actually watch Albin play without being like, Albin, stop tilting your head.
Yeah, I needed to tilt my entire headset to be able to record some videos.
I think you should
All right,
show
cool.
us some black belt tossing right now. You should.
All right, cool.
Show us what you got. You know. So, Albin has been playing this game a lot, obviously. I don't know how many hundreds of hours, maybe 1,000. No, but hundreds of hours, literally, is probably what we're up to because we're developing it. You know, you need to test it a lot, and this is really like what we're going for. We're going for the Albin experience here, the black belt tosser. I mean, DJ Yoshi
looks so
and
smooth.
Goose and Upper and Lot, like they've been taking it to a whole other level. But this is the timing that we've been going for. And
But also, I love the way Albin always keeps the hands in frame. Because when we saw some of those speedrunners, I barely saw what was going on in a way.
Like, has any speedrunning ever looked great?
No, of course not. Of course not. I don't expect that.
It's always interesting though to see people abuse your creation.
Yeah. I'm wondering, do you have a cap at how high speed one can actually toss oneself? Or is it possible to basically in some way abuse the mechanic of how fast you can toss yourself?
I would love to turn that question around to our community and see what they think. I don't want to give that away. That's the secret sauce. No.
Yeah, that's
not,
secret sauce.
It's not really, but
no, because I saw people were tossing themselves really far, so I wasn't sure if you had a cap, because I know I would have had a cap, but I don't know where I would have put it.
Yeah.
So,
as you noticed, you need to be able to toss yourself by now in the game.
Yeah.
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 So you in a way naturally transition to only having movements that require you to toss yourself.
Not only this level is an example of that.
Yeah.
This one not fucks. What do you say? This level messes with your patience, basically, which requires you to toss yourself to do this.
Yeah.
But
I remember playing a earlier version, I think, of that twist and turn, and I realized I was rotating all the time. Because the map was designed in almost such a way that I twisted my cable.
Yeah. And one thing about that last level you played, it was actually much harder back then because we hadn't fine-tuned the tossing as much. We hadn't added like your angle that you flick your wrist with to the computation of
Wait, you've done
figuring out
that
your
now?
velocity. Yeah, we did that.
Now I'm really excited.
Like 4 days before the demo, like everything else. No, but
oh yes.
yeah, that's one of the things we've recently added to. Okay, it was maybe like a couple of weeks before the demo, but it's been a game changer as well. It's a lot more smooth, and you go where you expect a lot more.
You actually put your nail on something there, Stefan, and that's this stuff about like not doing turns which messes up with your cable to make it make you entangle yourself in it. This level I redesigned based on your.
Is that how it was?
Yes, so it doesn't actually require a 360 turnaround. It's always 180 and a 180 back. So it works like that instead.
Oh yeah.
Just to sort of untangle yourself. And if you actually do a 360, I would love to do more sort of volume-based back and forth level design. Yeah. I haven't done it for this because I knew it was PC bound. I need to do some more sort of research to actually nail that because I want to do that.
But then we added controller turning, so it's not really a problem anymore.
It isn't, but I don't want people to require to do that as well.
That makes sense. But it's obviously the most fun to play on the Quest, where you can just turn around 360 without having a cable or anything. And as I said, some users have been doing that using virtual desktop and streaming it straight to their Quest, but we're aiming to release this not only on Steam, but also the main Oculus Quest store. So that's what we're aiming for. Yeah.
Just a gentle tap on that button.
Yeah, exactly. So we're closing in on the last level. I'm just going to do that, and then I think I'll turn this headset off.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
All right, good.
Do we have any more questions right now?
We don't. We have someone mentioning that the shader on the foliage looks great.
Nice.
Really? Nice.
We're happy about that. Like, we saw some recent alpha gameplay, and we were just surprised at how far we've gotten. Like we don't really notice when we're developing that because we change everything so gradually. But when we went to look back, like it was so different. Like it was night and day basically. The way we've changed the graphics around, and we're feeling very confident with the direction we're heading.
I think I'm just gonna say something now. Remember to grab the banana, pop up the Steam store window, and press wish list.
Yeah.
It would help us immensely.
Exactly.
Pop that banana.
Yeah, if you're enjoying what you're seeing and the Q&A, and you know, if you're interested in TOS in any way whatsoever, you're very free to wishlist the game on Steam, play the demo because it's still open for another day, pretty much, and we'd love to have you in our Discord community. You can follow our development on Twitter at TOSVR and sign up for our newsletter and find that Discord link on tosvr.com. That's also possible. What do you feel, guys? Are we done? Are we feeling done?
We actually got a new question here.
All right, let's do some questions.
Do you guys think you'll ever be able to add a physics-based object like wines? Like ropes?
I know people are asking for this. Physics are tricky.
Yeah, like what I think whenever someone asks me that is like, what if you're holding on to wine and you're moving your hand backwards? That means like the wine is also going to move backwards as you sort of throw yourself away from it. So I have this mental block of it not being able to work properly with how we believe that VR sickness is induced, because we want to keep it non-VR sickening and just making sure that it feels right. But we haven't really experimented with that exact mechanic, and it's in our bucket list, but we're still focusing on just the core gameplay, and that's one of the things that we would love to just have some proper time to make sure that we figure out if it's possible to do in a fun way or not.
Yeah.
But
I'm imagining you getting stuck if you grab onto one, you swing away, and then you swing back, and then
Yeah, because it's
all
all
of a
about
sudden you're
body
stuck in the
momentum,
middle.
right? You sort of shift your body.
But maybe we
Exactly.
can maybe
gravity.
it's possible to cheat, right? So you only
Yeah.
get the velocity that you got when you grabbed on, like with your body, but you can't really move it around with your hand. You just move yourself. That could be a solution. Like we haven't spent the time, we haven't looked into it yet, but it's in the bucket list of possible things that we could do.
Cool.
Yeah. And we've also heard suggestions like trampolines or bouncy surfaces, like in Portal 2. And same goes there. Like it's probably possible, but we have to figure out if it's if it doesn't induce VR sickness and if it fits the rest of the game, and if we can do something fun with it. So, yeah.
Thank you, Chad, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr.
So the next portal of VR, is it?
I think that's what was his name? Sorry, I don't recall right now.
Jamie.
Jamie of UploadVR actually said that while they were live streaming 3 hours ago or something. They were live streaming TOS, and that's one of the things Jamie said. I'm beginning to feel like TOS could be the portal of VR, and you know, my jaw literally dropped. I think Björn was recording our reactions, so we maybe we'll have to put out a reaction video to just us watching the UploadVR stream, because that was crazy to see. You know, the game that we've been making, like this little game from this little dev team that we've been pouring our hearts and soul into, getting attention from UploadVR, and I guess right now we're live for like about 1,000 viewers, and that's even more crazy. And we did not expect this at all, but thank you so much for checking us out.
Yeah. very much, and thank you to everyone who's played the game.
Yeah.
It's been totally amazing watching you play, especially during these times. I must say,
Yeah.
like I haven't connected with people this much as I have these days.
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
I agree. Like we haven't been going to. We usually go to like conferences and stuff in Sweden and outside of Sweden. Like we're from Sweden, by the way. I don't know if we ever told you, but we haven't. Obviously, the conferences haven't been. They've been postponed or cancelled. So we've been so isolated as everyone else has been, and just coming together during this festival and in the Discord community and talking to all of you, all the fans, like it's so amazing. It's fuel that we need to be able to create the game.
Fuel and an antidote. Really, it's awesome.
Sure. Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Yes.
I think we're feeling about done. It's,
All right.
It's 8 o'clock or 20 past 8 here in Sweden, and I feel like eating some dinner now. This has been amazing, and I'm starting to get really hungry. So I guess it's time for dinner. Unless there's something else that chat wants to know about or wants to ask us, or
we should thank our
to do.
our community for the event. I think it was 2 days ago. Yeah, great event. I wasn't there. I joined in the last 20 minutes, but the emotions, the sense of feeling when it was great. So thank you, community.
Yeah. So
really,
absolutely, thank you. Like
I put the link in the Steam chat to tossvr.com.
Please do.
And I think you already have it linked on Twitch. I'm not sure. And I don't know if I can type it, but I'll try.
Go for it.
Awesome.
We should make you a moderator. All right.
Oh, that's wrong. I wrote Todd VR.
Oh man, no. Don't finish the screen.
Game, like,
don't click on that. That might be something different. So please don't.
You put the controllers on your feet this time.
What's the game called in Rick and Morty? The VR game. What's the game called? Like when he becomes this other person and spends like 50 years of his life.
Yeah.
That's
maybe it is Todd.
Yeah. Feels like it. That sounds like that sort of game.
Anyway, I don't know. Don't click that link. Probably in Twitch.
Click the tossvr.com instead. And, all right. So play the game. You still have time. Play the demo. Wishlist the full game. Join the Discord community. Sign up for the newsletter. You can follow us at tossvr on Twitter, Instagram, even Facebook. Whoever uses that anymore. And also at Agira Games on Twitch. We really want to get that, what's it called, affiliate, so we can get custom emojis and stuff. So if you follow us, that might help. All right. Anything else? It's been so much fun. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
This is overwhelming, and I'm having a really hard time stopping the stream.
All right, I think then it's time for us to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Goodbye to everybody who's watched and to everybody who checked in even for a short while.
Can we end this stream on a high note, like everyone just doing their best monkey noises, and I'll transition us out of that?
Awesome, let's do it. You count us down though.
Staffan, Björn.
And no one leaves me hanging in this.
Thank you, by the way, like Björn and Staffan, you've been with us this whole time as co-hosts. Forgebyte Studio. Anything you want to plug before we end?
You can check it out as forgebytestudio.com.
Right.
Awesome.
Cool. All right, best monkey noises in 3, 2, 1, go.